would invite Mr. Aqua to say a prayer for us to start today's program. A round of applause for him as he approaches the podium.
Please, shall we pray? Our God and Father, we thank you for a time in your presence. We thank you for this first meeting. We commit our facilitators into your care. We commit all of us who are part of this program, those of us here in person and those who have joined online. May your spirit guide what we do. Those who are driving here, we pray for travel mercies, that together we shall see this organization grow from strength to strength. We thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
A round of applause for Mr. Aqua for that wonderful prayer to start today's program. Ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, I would want to acknowledge members of our high table. From my far left, we have the Chair of Finance and Project Committee of CIMC in the person of Mrs. Ciamc. I will skip, because that's our chairperson for today, and come to the Chief Executive Officer of CIMC in the person of Dr. Samuel Mountsi Asafo. Away would do. Thank you so much. And also we have our speaker for today, who happens to be a Principal Research Officer with the Copyright Office Accra in the person of Mr. Isa Mahama. When they are ready to speak, I'll give you a little details about them. But a warm welcome to each and every one of you, those joining us via online and those joining us in person. We are so grateful to have you here, especially you who are here in person, because we always do encourage that we show up in person, as it helps not just for the success of the program, but for our media as well. At this juncture, a warm welcome to today's opening of the 2026 professional year of the Chartered Institute of Administrators and Management Consultants, Ghana. Now, this year marks exactly 25 years since the establishment of the Institute. Hence, the theme for the year is celebrating 25 years of excellence in administration and management consultancy practice. Ladies and gentlemen, today's professional year open will bring us exposition on a particular topic which our speaker would be speaking to, and also we would have what we will be doing for the year. There are lots and lots of activities. Aside from the NCPEs that we have, there will be numerous traveling, which will not just help your social life, but your professional life as well. At this juncture, I would be inviting one of our board members, who happens to be a Metro Director of Finance at the Tema Metropolitan Assembly. She happens to be a chartered accountant and a financial management expert, a fellow of the Institute, a fellow of the Chartered Professional a Chartered Professional Administrator of the Institute as well. And also, she is the chair of the Finance and Projects Committee of CIMC. Ladies and gentlemen, with a round of applause, help me welcome Mrs. Ciamc to welcome us officially to today's program. Please, let's keep the applause coming as she approaches the podium.
Thank you. Members of the Board of Trustees here present, Board Committee members here present, branch executives, distinguished fellows and members, distinguished invited guests, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols duly observed. Good morning. I want to hear the good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you very much. On behalf of the Board of Trustees and management of the Institute, I warmly welcome you to the opening of the 25th professional year of the Institute. It is a privilege and an honor to address such a distinguished audience of professionals, thought leaders, and practitioners. I commend you for sacrificing your time to be here this morning from far and near to usher in the new professional year. We give thanks to our Creator for taking us through the year 2025. The annual professional year opening marks the formal opening of the Institute activities. Members across the country and beyond are briefed on the program and energized to participate in activities planned for the year. We are privileged to have the board vice chair of the Institute in the person of Professor Margaret Ivijan to chair the occasion. Our speaker, Mr. Issa Mahama, a member of the Institute, will present an exposition on copyright law. It is my humble appeal that we pay attention and participate actively as we go through the session. May I take this opportunity to welcome members from our various branches who are present in person and online. Before I do that, there's a surprise. I spoke to the CEO, and the CEO understands. So I'll conduct the roll call. Tamale, we want to see those who are online and in person. Tamale, online. Nobody from Tamale online. In person. Okay. Bogatanga. Online. In person. Please, is there any hand? Online. How many? Four. Navrongo. In person. Online. Wa. We have one from Wa in person. Thank you for coming. Kumasi, the Garden City. Okay. Sunyani, online. Okay, thank you. Takradi. Takradi. Online. Cape Coast. Thank you for coming. Is it for Cape Coast alone? Is it for Cape Coast alone or the others that I mentioned? This is for Cape Coast. Okay. Winneba. In person, online. Okay. Accra. Oh, thank you for coming. Ho. Thank you for coming. Somenya. Koforidia. Thank you for coming. So, see you. The promise was that I think Accra has won. Yes. But because they are in Accra, so in fact, they cannot win. They are the hosts, so they cannot win. Because the CEO promised that, he said I shouldn't say it. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to the 2026 professional year opening. Relax, enjoy the rest of the program. Thank you very much.
Let's do it better for Mrs. Ikeabunsu Owo. When introducing members of the high table, I reserved the wonderful woman after Mrs. Owu for the last, and I ended up skipping it. Ladies and gentlemen, our chairperson for today happens to be a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Administrators and Management Consultants, Ghana. She's also an associate professor at the Department of Communication Studies, University of Ghana. She's also a member of the 7th and 8th Council of State of the 4th Republic of Ghana and the vice chair, board chair of CIAMC. Ladies and gentlemen, with a round of applause, help me welcome Professor Margaret Ivy Jan, our chairperson for today. She will be giving us her remarks. Please, let's do it better.
Thank you. Good morning, friends in person and friends online. I'm supposed to give some remarks, but I'll defer that to the time that I give the chairman's speech. Just to accept the chairmanship for today and to let you know that our chairman, Ehunabobrim, Ciamc the 6th, is unavoidably absent from today's ceremony or event. And so he's asked me to represent him, and I'm happy to do so. I'll welcome all of you, and then also, even though the speaker will be introduced, I think I should mention a few things about him. Mr. Issa Mahama is a principal research officer of the Ghana Copyright Office. And in fact, reading through his CV, his whole life is copyright. And so I'm sure by the time we end today, we would have learned a lot about copyright, whether in its auditing and valuation, or training and capacity building, or in his policy development. He is the one sitting here. Everything is encapsulated in Mr. Issa Mahama. And so we are glad to have you, sir. And I hope that we'll be very attentive and let today's session impact us as much as possible. And so I would want to end by saying that we are all happy to be here. And I think I speak for everybody, and especially those who have traveled to be here in person, and those who are coming from the Garden City, who want us to know that they are here, and those coming from other places, from Cape Coast, and we have our usual pastor, who is on my committee, and everybody who has traveled here, you are welcome. Let's enjoy the session, and let us allow it to impact the work that we do. Thank you very much.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are live on CIMC on Facebook, TVUCC on Facebook as well, and on YouTube as well.
Okay, I'll just continue with the chairperson's address. So this address is by the chairman of the Board of Trustees of CIAMC, Ehunabobrim Pra Ciamc the 6th, who is not here with us, but he's asked me to read his report. So, distinguished council members, fellows, professional members, associates, licentiates, and students, esteemed past presidents and trustees, partners and friends of our noble institute, invited guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, it is my singular honor and privilege to represent the chairman of the Board of Trustees of the Chartered Institute of Administrators and Management Consultants, Ghana, Ehunabubrim Pra Agensem the 6th, and to read his speech. On his behalf, I warmly welcome you all to the Institute's 25th Annual Professional Year Opening Ceremony, convened here at the Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research, ISE Conference Hall at the University of Ghana. Today's gathering is not only ceremonial, it is historic. The year 2026 marks the silver jubilee of our institute. 25 years of steady growth, professional excellence, institutional credibility, and national impact. Our theme, celebrating 25 years of excellence in administration and management consultancy practice, captures both our pride in the journey so far and our resolve for an even better and brighter future. Colleagues, 25 years ago, a vision was conceived to professionalize administration and management consultancy practice in Ghana and beyond. Through discipline, commitment, and collective sacrifice, that vision has matured into a respected professional body, shaping policy, strengthening institutions, and building competent administrative leaders across sectors. This is our achievement. This is our shared legacy. Let me first extend my heartfelt congratulations to every member of the Institute for your active participation in the Institute's programs throughout 2025. Your engagement in our training programs, conferences, professional development activities, and certification pathways demonstrates that CIMC is not merely an association, but a living professional community committed to lifelong learning. I particularly commend members who travel to Tamale for the 7th CIMC Annual Admin Professionals Conference. Your presence, contributions, and intellectual exchanges made the conference impactful and memorable. I also congratulate all who participated in the 25th anniversary logo launch and dinner. Those events signaled the beginning of our Jubilee celebrations and reaffirmed the unity, commitment, and prestige of our institute. As we step into this new professional year, permit me to sound a gentle but firm reminder. Our strength as an institute depends on our responsibility as members. I therefore urge all members to honor their financial obligations promptly by paying annual subscriptions and MCPE statutory fees. These are not mere dues. They are investments that sustain our programs, strengthen our secretariat, and enhance the value of our certification. This Jubilee year will be activity filled, and opportunity rich. A series of events have been outlined both at the national level and across our program centers. We also look forward to our international professional exposure tours to South Africa and to the UAE. I encourage each of us to participate fully. Such engagements broaden perspectives, deepen professional networks, and position us competitively in the global administrative and consultancy landscape. Let us also cultivate a culture of collegiality and shared responsibility. Let us individually be our brothers and sisters' keeper. Remind one another of upcoming events, share information, encourage participation. When one member grows, the institute grows. When all members grow, the profession thrives and prospers. Furthermore, I charge every member to become an ambassador of CIAMC. Market our professional certification programs in our offices, institutions, ministries, agencies, churches, and social gatherings. Speak proudly about the value of structured professional administration. Let others know that CIAMC represents competence, integrity, and excellence. The best advertisement for our institute is the testimony of our members. As we celebrate 25 years of excellence, we must also recommit ourselves to the values that define us: discipline, ethics, accountability, and the highest sense of professionalism at all times and on all occasions. Our conduct, both in public and private spaces, reflects on the institute. Let us therefore embody the standards we advance and advocate. Colleagues, the future of administration and management consultancy to Ghana depends on us. The next 25 years begin today. Let us make them even more impactful, innovative, and transformational. With gratitude to the Almighty God, appreciation to the Council, and confidence in the dedication of our members, it is my honor and privilege to officially declare the 2026 professional year of the Chartered Institute of Administrators and Management Consultants, Ghana, duly opened. May this be a year of growth, achievement, and renewed excellence for us all. Thank you, and God bless the CIAMC. Thank you.
Let's do it better for our chairperson, Professor Margaret Ivijan. I had some few takeaways. Please kindly pay your subscription. Participate fully throughout all activities lined up for this year. Let's be each other's keeper by reminding each other when there are activities upcoming and when they are ongoing. Let's also be ambassadors of the Institute, because that is the only way to triumphant as a group. At this juncture, we would be inviting our speaker for today. Ladies and gentlemen, our speaker is a principal research officer at the Ghana Copyright Office. He's a renowned intellectual property expert with more than 17 years of experience at the Ghana Copyright Office. He holds a master's degree in intellectual property and a full member of the Chartered Institute of Administrators and Management Consultants, Ghana. He has specialization in intellectual property policy development, training, and capacity building and intellectual property auditing and valuation. He has represented Ghana at WIPO and other international forums, sharing his expertise on intellectual property, traditional knowledge, and folklore. Ladies and gentlemen, our speaker, as an intellectual property consultant, advises individuals, organizations, and academic institutions on intellectual property protection, management, and strategy. His approach is practical, cooperative, and tailored to meet specific client needs. He is a prolific writer and frequent media contributor, granting interviews to TV and radio stations to share his expertise with a wider audience. He is passionate about empowering others with intellectual property knowledge and skills to drive innovation and success. Ladies and gentlemen, with a round of applause, help me welcome Mr. Issa Mahama. And I hope you would agree with me that we couldn't have gotten someone better than this wonderful speaker for today. Please let us welcome him to the podium. Great.
But you have the zoom on it. You have to zoom on your machine.
Yeah.
If you can't connect it, let me do it. Okay. You fix it then.
You fix it
Okay.
over the place.
This one, okay. Yeah. Okay.
So I can cut that.
What is your platform? And it's a PDF. Okay. Is it fine?
Rejection. That's where. The one you're doing before. What is
It's supposed to. This is this one is not this PDF.
this PDF?
Yes. It means like this PDF. This PDF.
Yes, yes. There's a dashboard. Where's the thing?
This platform. Got it.
Next. Okay, that's it, right?
That's the one. Just copy it. Remember just
Oh, you can open it.
Yeah, just copy it.
Okay.
Then now you can come in. Right. Still on the desktop. Okay, it's supposed to be here.
Yep, yep.
Okay, you got it. Yeah, they got it.
It's coming out from shipping.
See, it's still. Yeah, it's supposed to be. It's not getting.
It came and went back.
Is it now? Yes. Okay, you can start. Yes.
Good morning, colleagues. Yeah. We're having some challenges, so I was seeking for some technology transfer, and thank God I have been assisted to fix it. Today, as indicated already, I'm called Issa Mahama, and I'm here to share information on exposition on copyright law in Ghana. Then before we proceed, we'll have to look at intellectual property, which we normally, the acronym for intellectual property is IP. Then we'll be looking at the following topics. There will be introduction, main types of IP, basis of copyright, types. This hey, I can't see it. Yes. So types of rights. Then also look at ownership and authorship and ownership of copyright works, works eligible for copyright protections, and works which are not eligible for copyright protection. Also look at duration of copyright protection, then copyright infringement. These are the topics we would like to address today. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Then we'll also be looking at the purpose of this training. We have two main objectives. Main objectives and what specific objectives. Under the specific objectives, we have to equip researchers and consultants with copyright knowledge for their works. This training will also enable effective management of copyright in research and collaborations, minimize copyright infringement risks. That is, we also look at specific objectives. We will explain copyright basics, highlights fair use and dealings for copyright for research purposes, guide on publishing agreement and retaining rights, teach best practice for managing copyright in collaborations, and outline implications of copyright for research output and commercialization. Introduction. Also have, in our daily lives, we listen to music on the radio, read books, watch films, use machines, etc. All these are IP. That is creation of human mind. This IP my first experience about IP was in 2007 when I was doing my national service. There was this news vendor at this thing, Accra, that is Kimbu. So mostly when I'm going to work, I'll come and read the newspapers. So one day there was this catchy headline, but the main story was in the middle. So when I read the front part, I wanted to read the middle part. So I just stretched my hand to turn it and read and leave. So the man held my hand and twisted it and said, "You can't do this." But I didn't understand him. I thought he was just wicked, knowing that IP is not the medium we normally buy or listen to or watch or read, as the case may be. But it relates to items of information or knowledge that are incorporated in tangible objects. Thus, the IP is not the object of books, films, or music you buy, but the information or knowledge stored or contained or reflected in them. So that man was just trying to tell me, maybe if I read it, I will not buy. And that's the IP he's trying to protect. But, my interest was just to read and go as a national service personnel. But that he was teaching me IP, and that time I didn't know about IP. But we have two main branches of IP. That is copyright and related rights. That's one branch. Then another branch is industrial property. And these branches are handled by two different offices in Ghana, Copyright Office and Industrial Property Office. But we have international IP instruments. That is the Berne Convention, which was passed in 1886 to protect literary and artistic works. But we have other laws, which also we have WIPO Copyright Treaty. We normally call those treaties Internet treaties. Then we also have national IP instruments. We have Copyright Act 2005, Act 690 for the protection of copyright and related matters. But we have two main branches of this IP, that is copyright and related rights. And under this copyright and related rights, we have musical works, literal works, audiovisual works, artistic works, and computer software. So that means if you create any of these works, you're supposed to register it under copyright. Then we also have industrial property. That is patent, trademark, industrial design, geographical indication, trade secret, new plant variety. Patent is about inventions. When you invent something, then the state will give you patent for 20 years, for maximum of 20 years. Then trademark is any design or symbol or shape which is used by a competitor to distinguish its products and products from other competitors. So if you have your trademark, you're supposed to register it. Then we have industrial design, the outlook of a product. Then geographical indication. This geographical indication is any product which is coming from any region or territory, and it have unique taste because of the climatic conditions of that product. So that means that share butter, share nut, we can use geographical indication to protect it, or maybe the smokes and kente, all those things can be protected by what? Geographical indication. Then we have trade secret. If you have any business information which gives you competitive edge, you can protect it under the trade secret. All you need to do is to keep it secret. So as long as its secret is protected. So that's why Coca-Cola, this thing is protected by a trade secret. And what they do is that even if those people who have they said there are 3 people, even if they are traveling, they won't allow them to be in the same flight. they are monitoring them, they know them, but they will not let them come together. So it's very expensive to keep secret. We have new plant variety. That's if a farmer is able to come out with maybe a rice, we know that maybe if you plant, sow your rice, it's supposed to at least 3 months or 4 months. But if somebody is able to come out with a variety, maybe within 2 months we will harvest, then that's a variety he has come out with. The laws are saying that we should protect it for him and allow him to exploit it to make his money, so that he will be selling the seeds to us. So that's just the explanation of those. So to just sum up about the intellectual property, looking at this fridge, the intellectual property tools complement each other. For instance, this fridge is a LG fridge. So that means that the LG, the logo can be the trademark. Then the outlook of this fridge can be protected by industrial design. Then what makes the fridge work or the works very well is about patent. Then the manual of this fridge will be protected by what? Copyright. So now to our main topic, copyright. We will not be talking about industrial property. The basis of copyright, the definition of copyright laws of a country grants authors, composers, software writers, website designers, and other creators legal protection for their literal and artistic creation, which are usually referred to as works. So any works that you create in Ghana, you're supposed to register it at the Copyright Office. All you need is to bring 2 copies of the work, and you will pay. The payment will depend on the work you are registering. But we have requirements for what? Copyright protection. Before your work can be protected, the work should be original, which means that you shouldn't copy it from any pre-existing works. It should be your own creation. But the laws also say that we shouldn't look at the quality. For instance, if maybe primary school boy draw something, you can't say it's not nice, you won't register it. That's the person's creativity. He says he wants to protect it. You must actually protect it for the person. The person should also fix it, either on pen drive or maybe print it on paper or something. But you cannot come and read to us. You must bring it. Should be tangible, so that we'll be able to protect it for you. Copyright protection abroad. The Berne Convention, which was passed in 1886, says that member states should protect their nationals and do same to other nationals. So if you are from Ghana and you create any works and it's protected in Ghana, Nigeria is a member state, so Nigeria have obligations to protect Ghanaians' works at Nigeria, unless those countries which are not parties to Berne Convention. But we have about 170 countries which are members of Berne Convention. So it's just few countries like Afghanistan and other places, they are not members. And copyright protection is territorial. If you are protected in Ghana, that means you enjoy the protection in Ghana. But because of the clause in the Berne Convention, members will have obligations to protect your work in other jurisdictions. Then we have copyright notice, especially those who have been publishing books. You see that there's some symbol C, then say all rights reserved. They are talking about that nobody can reproduce the work or translate it, adopt it without the permission of what? The author. Now, when you do this, he can send you to court for infringement. We also have works which are eligible for copyright protection. That is books, literal works, drawings, music, computer software. All these things can be protected by what? They are eligible for copyright protection. Or advertisement, commercial print, labels. They can all be protected by, under what? Copyright. We also have works which cannot be protected by what? Copyright. Or works which are eligible for copyright protection. We have ideas, concepts, or facts. Copyright cannot protect them. That's why ABCD is available for all of us to use to learn. If the one who created it was to protect it, we wouldn't have been able to learn. So, works which are, you can see these two pictures. Somebody have an idea, but it's not expressing the idea. So that means it cannot be protected. But another person has an idea, is expressing it, is singing and recording. So after that, you can protect it. Similarly, if you have a white T-shirt without anything on it, it doesn't enjoy protection. But if you put a logo on it, then that shirt is enjoying protection. Because nobody can produce a shirt like with that logo. But in copyright, we have two main rights. That's the moral right and what? Economic right. The moral rights, they are a bundle of rights which are conferred to the author by law. So it is only the author who can reproduce the work, distribute it, translate it, or adopt it. If you want to do one or all of those things, you need permission from the what? The author. Then the other right is the moral right. The moral right is right of authorship and to maintain its integrity. So, like what vandals used to do, Legon, they would take somebody music, gospel music, and remove some words and put profane words in it. Now, if that person gets you, he can sue you for that. You are tarnishing his reputation. Because when they sing it, everybody will know that, oh, that's the song. But if you listen to it carefully, there are some meanings to it different from what the person sang. And also, the moral right. So, before I proceed, at least I haven't talking for long, I'll also ask a question. Or I shouldn't ask. Yes, so I want to know, when we are doing our research, or maybe during exams, if you quote somebody's definition and you don't acknowledge, in academia they said it's academic dishonesty. Why is this so? What are you violating? If you do that in terms of copyright, because we are now sharing information about copyright. If you do that, which aspect of copyright or what law are you violating? I said we have two main rights. I mentioned economic right and what? Moral right. It's actually the moral right the normal value, but mostly a lecturer will even penalize you, but he doesn't know that it's the moral right. If you are not able to, if you quote without acknowledging, the lecturer will deduct marks from it. So you are actually violating the moral right. And the moral right sometimes, some time ago, that was during President Kufuor and Nana Akufo-Addo. There was some this plagiarism this thing, and I was invited to TV Africa, but I didn't know it was about that. So when I started, the host started playing those clips. So what's your view on this? Me, I'm just a civil servant. You ask him. So I said, oh, but I heard they have apologized. I said, no, what is your view? I said, okay, according to the law, it's violation of moral right. And I ended there because I didn't want to talk much. So that's the moral right. We also have related rights. Some people's rights are related to others. For instance, if you publish a nice storybook, somebody can adopt it, like ASM. Also put drama, like you put it in the form of drama. Or maybe, let me use this example. These girls are dancing, but the main musician is the author of the work. But these people's rights are related to the musician. Because the skills they are showing, mostly men, when somebody will say that, oh, this album is nice, oh, it's interesting. But when you look at it, it's actually not nice, but maybe there's a particular girl, the way he's dancing the music, and that's a skill the person is. So the law says that we should protect that lady too, or those dancing. They are performers. So, but even though the main author, you will protect her for 70 years, but a performer maybe about 50 years. So you can't actually record this thing without their permission. So their rights are related. So similarly, TV stations, when they are airing this thing, you can't record it. Maybe you can record it for personal use. And you cannot use it for other diseases. They will sue you. The same thing as a producer of music or publisher of a book. They are all in the related rights category. Still types of right. And we say a work is copyright protection is automatic. We normally say copyright protection is automatic. As soon as you finish the work, you have your right. If you don't register, it doesn't mean you don't enjoy the protection. But I always say that copyright protection is like when a woman is pregnant. As soon as she gives birth, she has a child. Even if the child doesn't have birth cert, it's still the child. So similarly, if you've not registered your work at copyright office and maybe people say you don't have certificate, it's still your work. But when you register, it gives you other privileges. When the things gets to court, sometimes they will subpoena the office to bring the registration of such works. So they will speak for you. But if not, copyright protection is automatic. You can decide not to register. But when you register, it gives you other privileges. Just like the birth cert I'm talking of. The birth cert, you use it to do passport and other diseases. But you can decide not to give a birth cert to your child. I think there's no law forcing somebody to. Yes. But when you do it, it will help you use it in for other things. But also have the rationale of copyright protection. The term of protection for copyright is relatively long in comparison with other IPs. The objective is to provide producers of original works enough time to obtain proper reward for their creative contribution. So that the rationale behind the copyright is to promote the progress of science and art by encouraging the creation of new works by guaranteeing some exclusivity for long time. The copyright, the main rationale is to allow the author is to confer what? Exclusive right onto the author so that he will be able to exploit it, get money to also earn living. But the society too supposed to enjoy. So after the expiration of the protection, it will be in the public domain so that we can create from that work without infringing on somebody's work. And public domain works are works which protection has expired, or works coming from any country which is not a member of Berne Convention. So if a country is not a member of Berne Convention and the works are here, you can use it anyhow. Nobody can penalize you. Or if the author renounces his right, mostly in the churches, if the pastor is giving someone, you can say, oh, you can share, you can copy it and share. That means he has renounced his right. He will not penalize anybody. He wants people to get it free. So these are the main reasons why copyright protection, the society should benefit from the copyright protection. Then we have authorship and ownership. Now, if an author publish works, initial stage is the author of the work. So sometimes he can also be author at the same time owner. But sometimes some authors can decide to sell license or sell their rights to another. So when you do that, you will now remain as author, but the economic right will belong to somebody. After authorship, the law says that it should be in perpetuity. It should be protected in perpetuity for the author. You can't take the authorship from the person. So if I'm a publisher of a book, you can buy my right, the economic right, then you will be publishing it and be making your money. But you can't erase my name on the book and write your name because you don't have that right. But the economic right, even if in terms of when this author passes on, the children can inherit it and also be exploiting it to get their money. But they can also take the authorship from their father or mother or whoever. And in Copyright Act Section 7, if an institution, if somebody is from maybe institution and he's employed to do some particular works, when you create works, it belongs to the institution, unless there is an agreement to the contrary. For instance, if you are employed at TV3 as a journalist, when you write an article, it belongs to the TV3. But if you are a messenger and you are able to publish an article, it belongs to you because your duty is different from the journalist, or maybe a cleaner. So that's how it. Entering into a copyright and license and assignment agreement. If you want to license out copyright works or get assignment from copyright work, you must, before going into the partnership involving the development of work, make careful. You must consider the following: what legal right do you have in the work? Example, what do you contribute to it? Whether you need to own the copyright in the work or whether a license to the work will be more appropriate. Sometimes, if maybe you just need license to use the work for, it's just like the licensing is just like if you want to buy, if I want to use car but I don't have, I can go and rent it. So that's something like the licensing for maybe 2 weeks or 1 week or 1 day. When the time elapses, then I'll return the car. So similarly, in terms of copyright, when you license the work for 20 years or 5 years, when it elapses, it reverts back to the what? The author. Or if it's also a strategy if you understand the IP. When you have when you publish a book and you want to license, maybe if somebody is coming from French country, you say, okay, I've licensed it to you only in the French countries. So that you will hoping that somebody will come from maybe English-speaking country. You get it? So these are some of the strategies. But the assignment is the authorized sale. You want to sell the rice and you wash your hands out of it, so that they will pay you some bulk amount, and that ends the matter. So we sign a written agreement with the author of the work, explicitly confirming that copyright is transferred. So when you transfer it, there should be agreement, so that since you are assigning, you are either licensing or assigning the intellectual property to that person, you will sign the agreement, and that will enable the person to be able to exploit the work without any problems. But in terms, when you license works to somebody and you are to sue, maybe you can't sue alone. You have to contact the owner so that you sue. He will assist you and you sue together. If not, some people will use technicality to knock your listing off. I still on the ownership. Then we also have derivative work. If somebody has his original work, you can read it, get inspiration from it, then you derive your creation from his creation. Derivative work. For instance, if somebody is having a book in English and you want to translate it into Ga, now you can do that, but you need permission from him before you can also protect it. So your creativity is in the Ga translation, but not the original English version of the work. Then we have copyright infringement. Earlier on, I talked about bundle of rights, which is conferred onto the author. That is only the author who can translate the work, produce it, distribute it, communicate it to the public. So these are the bundle of rights. So if you violate one or all of those things, then we'll consider it to be infringement. Just like what we do on campus. somebody pamphlet, they will put it at the photocopy machine just by the person, and you keep on producing the photocopies, selling. Even though we have permitted uses in terms of education, if it is just maybe 2 pages, the lecturer can say, oh, just do 2 pages for educational purpose. But what we normally do on campus, it goes beyond the permitted uses. But sometimes you copy the entire book. The photocopy stuff is even interesting. When I was in Legon, one of my friends were late for this thing, and they were doing photocopy. So he came and queued and did his own note. He copied notes. Somebody didn't come and did photocopy. Then it was there. They were doing photocopies. He queued and did photocopies. Because of the pressure, sometimes they just do the photocopy by heart. Sometimes after the semester, you have the same material, about 5 copies. or 6, and you've paid for all. So, but that's why we have an organization in Ghana called Copy Ghana. The universities have to get license from the Copy Ghana. The Copy Ghana will allow the permitted uses so that they can be doing some small photocopies on campus, but they were paying licensing. They will be paying some monies to the Copy Ghana, so that the Copy Ghana will share it to the authors as compensation. And the Copy Ghana to have bilateral agreements with other countries. So when they collect, they can send some to them, so that you'll be free to. That's why one of the universities, I will not mention the name, the Copy Ghana sued them and won. So now they are also preparing to take license. But it seems after Legon, they have license with them. So that's the essence of the Copy Ghana. We call them collective management organizations. They can allow you to do the permitted photocopy, not entire book, maybe about 3 pages, 4 pages, those ones. Then we also have moral infringement. We earlier on discussed about the moral listing, that is authorship and what? Right of authorship and protection of the integrity. So if you get somebody book and you erase his name and print your name on it, you are violating under moral right. Or if you also put some profane words, or maybe you have just done something. For instance, if it is gospel music and you are using it to advertise alcohol, you are violating on that person's moral right. Because anybody who sees this will say, oh, so this man is also like this. Look at what he's doing, using his this thing for. So it will tarnish his reputation. Even if the person is dead, the children can object to such usage. There are a few ways you can commercialize your original or create works. We already discussed it. The commercialization is basically the licensing and assignment. When you have works, these are the ways that you can commercialize the works. Under the copyright law, permission is not needed to use work owned by others in the following cases. We have fair use or fair dealings. Fair use, that's when you quote somebody's definition. That is part of the fair use. A judge trying to write his judgment can use protected works to assist him or her. It's part of the permitted uses. Then public domain works, we discussed it already. Works which protection has expired, it can be used freely. Nobody can penalize you. Then educational purpose. Then personal use. Personal use, mostly this personal use, maybe what will I say, is the young guys who normally like using it. For example, maybe somebody is looking at, he has seen a lady picture on the internet. He likes the lady, but he cannot get the lady. So he decides to print the picture and paste by the bed. It's part of the permitted uses. Every day he will look at it, and nobody can penalize him. It's permitted uses. But the same picture, if you use it, if you put it in a book or if you print it, you will be infringing. Sometimes somebody will come to the office with a book with a lot of pictures from the internet. When you ask them, I got it from internet. So I normally ask them, if you have a house and there's mango tree in the house, but the branches are showing outside, can I come and proc them? He said, no, you can't do that. And so the internet is like that. Even though in your room you can have access to it. But those things, if you want to use any works, protected works like pictures and other things, just look at the licensing agreement. Sometimes there's licensing, they will tell you, well, personal use, you can use it. Commercial, you contact us. But mostly people don't look at those things. But if you do this, you will penalize. I remember Obama, when he was President Obama, the American president, when he was campaigning to be elected, his campaign team saw a picture. It's Obama's own picture, and it was nice, and they decided they were using it. The photographer came and said they can't use it, and he was about to sue them. So they settled it out of court. So pictures and all those things enjoy protection. How to get authorization? If you have maybe if you want to use somebody's works and you can't find the person, you can contact the copyright office or try to look for the producer or the publisher of the work so that you can get genuine permission. If not, it can even help you reduce the risk of infringement. Still on I think we'll discuss this, so refer dealings and all those things. And we have the collective management organizations. In Ghana, we have 3 main organizations. That is Ghana Music Rights Organization for musicians. Then we also have ASOC for those acting films and other and their producers. They also have Copy Ghana. If you are a lecturer or a journalist, you're supposed to be part of Copy Ghana, because when you create your works, people will do photocopy. Actually, I'm a member of this, and sometimes they give me royalties because I know that I have been selling my books. Sometimes some people do, especially students, they will do photocopies. So such royalties, I will take it as compensation. But if you are not a member, you will not be able to access it. If you are a photographer or author of a book or computer software, all those things you can also be part of the Copy Ghana. And all the tertiary institutions, they take license from them so that they can also shield you from suits from other countries. Other countries like the Copy Ghana normally have bilateral agreement with other countries, and they stand for those countries. So if their works are used here, the Copy Ghana will take such monies and share it with the other countries. So that's how it works. So I just have pictures of those offices. This copyright office, then the other, this is the GAMRU, and the Copy Ghana is in the same premises. Yeah, it's still talking about how to get income from copyright through the 2 main that's licensing and assignment. Copyright infringement. Well, I must say that copyright works are private rights, so it is the individual who have to enforce his right. So every individual is supposed to get a drone like this so that you police your work to be able to get those who are trying to violate your work without permission. So on this note, I'll end here. Thank you very much.
Oh, let's give it up for Mr. Isa Mahama. At this juncture, the floor has been open for questions. So please, if you have a question, you can raise your hand. I would bring the microphone to you. So we take some 3 questions for Mr. Mahama to respond.
Thank you very much. My name is Pinto, and I come from SDA Caliber Education, Asukori. So my question is, I've been seeing our Kente in United of America. Some of the schools, when they're graduating, you see them, the apparels, there are Kente designs in them. I think there's Senate also, US. I've seen them using Kente. My question is that even in some movies, we see them casting Kente as one of their. I want to know, copyright is a private right. Can the nation sort of register this kind of cultural heritage and protect them so that we can get some benefits? And in doing so, those individual owners, how do you deal with them? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Actually, yes, we've registered it. Ghana have registered it under geographical indication. It's now left with the smokes. We are now working on the smokes. But you see, some of those things are folkloric. You know, we don't know some of the Kente, you can't know the one who created it. So according to the Copyright Act, the government is holding it in trust for the people of Ghana. Like Adinkra symbols, all those things. And even some, we used to have some songs, folkloric songs. They are all folkloric. But the government is holding it in trust for the people of Ghana. But we just protected the Kente at least two months ago under the geographical indication. So basically, geographical indication, what happens is that if you protect something under geographical indication, like in Zimbabwe, they have some particular orange, the taste is different from any oranges that you know. So the village it is coming from, that name will be registered as their geographical indication. Then the factories will set up there to produce the drink or whatever. You get it? So that's how geographical indication works. Other jurisdictions, they have goat. The goat meat is different from other meat you know. So in Ghana, our Kente, we have 3 districts. That's Kumasi, and there are about 3 towns. So if you want to get quality Kente, Ghana is saying that go to those areas so that our people can make money for themselves. Do you understand it? Am I? Which one? The yes is for which one? Because you are slow in responding, so I thought maybe you still have some concern.
Let's proceed. Yeah, let's proceed. Because I was looking at the interests of the owners, and when the government is taking up this responsibility to protect these folk issues, what happened to the individual who is producing the Kente? How did they get benefits from? So I was drawing an analogy between something like our minerals. The government is holding the minerals in trust of the people, and basically we don't get a direct benefit from the minerals, though the state use it to manage the state. So in this regard, protecting this Kente and other folk issues, the people who are producing them, do they benefit? How do they benefit from it?
Yeah, they benefit. We create market for them, like the smokes. Now it is a hot cake, even though we are about to register it. You see, so if the country is able to showcase what they have, and we register under the geographical indication, many people will come visiting those areas, and when they are about to go, return, they will buy, and those producing will get money. You get it? Even though sometimes some people may also order to other countries, and the country will also get foreign exchange from that.
Okay. Mr. Mama, my name is Agri from UCC. On the basis of geographical indication, where will you situate the issue of Jollof, Ghana Jollof, Nigerian Jollof?
For those ones. Okay, if it's qualified to be protected under geographical indication, if it is qualified, then that means to be transboundary geographical indication, because for geographical indication, you have to prove the traditional touch, how you are able to produce those things. You get it? For instance, if it is smoke, you will go to that area and they will send you to some old ladies. They will actually weave. They use cotton to make the thread. Then they will send you to another stage. So all those stages, intellectual property, they will come and visit those steps to qualify as geographical indication. But for this one, it's just a competition. Maybe we can protect it under trade secret. What will let somebody jollof rice be delicious more than the other? Maybe we can look at the option of the trade secret. You know, there was one woman at Mmamuni. She died some time ago. When I was on campus, I used to eat there. So I went there with another agent. Once she was preparing the rice, he told the attendants that when the stew is boiling, draw my attention, because she wanted to put something at that particular time. If not, why is it that people are queuing at Mamuni's place, and yet some people are also selling watches at other vantage points, but people are not, because she has some information which is giving her competitive edge over others. And she doesn't even want those ladies selling it to know. You see? So that's the trade secret. So maybe we can look at the option of trade secret.
Do we have any question? Okay. Those online, please, if you have questions, kindly raise your hand. After we are done with those in person, we will come to you.
My name is Jerry Odom. So on the basis of competitive edge, I want us to look at the related rights. And you use the example of dancers in the music. And so I don't know how much they are aware of their rights and the work that is being done by the copyright agency to ensure that people know of these rights so that they can benefit from them. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, some of them know, and even just like us, we are doing education, and I know maybe you will be a good ambassador to the copyright office, since you've now also gotten the information you share. So some of them know, and some of them are part of the Gamuru, and they also get royalties from. Actually, the Copyright Act, we have also put into the law that any device you are buying and is capable of copying copyright works, then we have put some tax on it, like pen drive, because you use it to copy somebody's work. So the steps collect such monies, the Copyright Office yearly will write to GRA, and they will release such funds to us. Then we'll give it to the collective societies, and they will add it and share to their members as compensation. Or maybe photocopier machine itself definitely will be used to copy people's works. So those scanners and other things, there are some tax on it. So the state, these are the things, the measures the state is putting in place so that that performer you are talking of, if it's a member of the GAMRU, such monies will be shared to them. If their works are what? Performed. Yes.
Do we have further questions in person? Okay.
My name is Vaida Damkwa from Department of Social Welfare. I want to know, the churches, the choristers sing songs belonging to others. Is it an infringement without asking the altar for permission? If the church does it, is it an infringement? And also, we even snap your notes right now. Is it also an infringement of copyright?
You snap what?
Your notes. The slides. We snap your slides.
Yes, but what you did, you should use it for your personal use, because I have used some pictures from the internet, and I'm coming under the fair use for educational purpose. So if you snap the slide and there's some picture in the slide and you snap it, use it for commercial reason, you will penalize. The owner of the picture will come for you. But me, I'm using it under the fair use. Yes. Yeah.
She asked another question.
Oh, the hymns. Okay, the hymns. Actually, most of the things we do in Ghana is not allowed. But sometimes people ignore. You can't just take somebody's music and start singing in the church. That's why we said the law confer bundle of rice onto the what? The altar. You cannot communicate it to the public without his permission. You can't translate it. You can't adopt. You can't reproduce. These are the bundle of rice which are conferred onto the what? The altar.
Do we have further questions in person?
Hello, sir. My name is Farouk Nuhu Bila. I want to find out if an author has a book, and the book he has written, there is a mistake in the book, and it's copyright. What happens?
Nothing happens. Because, the author, after the copyright, we are protecting what you brought.
Exactly.
So if there are mistakes, sometimes I vet those works.
You vet those works?
Yes, like when you submit your work, it will go to that. It goes through stages. Then it will come to me.
Okay.
Maybe I'll approve. But before I approve, I'll look at other things.
All right.
So if there are mistakes, I cannot correct them.
Okay. Let's look at it. Let me give you the scenario again.
Yes.
I want to narrow it. Assuming this one is true, but I can't disclose it. I know there is a book in this country authored by 2 Supreme Court judges. 2 Supreme Court judges. If you look at the act that they brought, instead of 798, they made it 897. You understand me? And I feel that these are authorities. They carry authority. And the book has been what? Copyright. This is somebody who sat before, these are people or officials or judicial officers who sat before Parliament and they approved the appointment they are occupying now. But that is what we find ourselves now. There is a mistake in the book. He knows it. What happens? What can copyright do for us with regards to something that is not correct? We know that there is an act. It's the ADR Act. The Act says 798, 2010. Has written something different. And the book is in town. We are using it. And I'm a beneficiary of the book, seriously. I'm using it. That's what I want to find out.
Yes, it's true. What your concern is this, but the copyright, we don't have, our mandate doesn't extend to that. You remember during the lecture I said if a primary school child draws something, no officer.
He's a Supreme Court judge. This is a Supreme Court judge. These are Supreme Court judges.
And let me learn. If I don't learn midway, they are Supreme Court. I'm telling you that the quality, we don't look at the quality or whatever. You are bringing it to us and you tell us that these are my works. I want to protect them. We don't edit.
Yeah.
We don't edit. Our mandate doesn't extend to that. So maybe what your concern, you could, if you reach out to that person, you'll be pleased with that.
What happened was that I confronted one of them, and he decided to push it on the other one.
You know, I mean, I'm not a copyright person, but I have seen books, textbooks that have mistakes in them. If they are my books, I mean, like I bought them, I make the corrections in ink inside the book. So I always tell my students, sometimes you find errors in books. It's not because they don't know. Sometimes during the editing and typing and things go wrong. So what should happen? Once you tell them and they realize the mistake, in the revisions, they correct it. Because normally a book will have second edition, third edition, and they should be honest enough to say that there was a mistake here. You know, it's not about confronting, it's not about whatever, it's just a genuine mistake which has to be corrected. And the authors are the best people to correct it. You know. Thank you.
Do we have some more questions, or we should go online? Hey, you've had so much opportunity. Okay, let me finish.
Can you transfer your copyright registration as a beneficiary to maybe your children who are above 18?
Yes, I said that. I said copyright works if the authors dies, maybe the children can inherit it.
Okay.
Thank you.
So is that a final question for the day for those in person? Do we have some questions online?
Thank you. Listen, how do you validate ownership of materials that come to your office? Assuming I present something to your office, I want to copyright it, and I'm claiming that it belongs to me. It's mine. How do you validate that?
Mostly, the validation, we will take your details, maybe your Ghana card, your whatever. But after the work, mostly when you protect works and they issue certificate to you, and you're going to put it in your room, nothing will happen. But when you place the work in the market, that's where the issues will start. When you are trying to exploit it, if it is somebody's book, the person will come out. And when you get to court, who will bring the evidence we have to show. So mostly if you pick somebody's book and register it, they issue you certificate, and you are not exploiting it, nothing will happen. But you place the book in the market and you see, the owner will come out.
All right. Do we have some questions online? Those online, do you have any question for us? Okay, a round of applause for Mr. Isa Mahama. In fact, during his presentation, I felt I was in a copyright law lecture, and it was so detailed. A round of applause for him, please. At this juncture, we would invite to the podium the Chief Executive Officer of Ciamc, in the person of Dr. Samuel Mausi Asafo, to give us an outline of program of activities for 2026, which happens to be our Silver Jubilee of the Institute. A round of applause for him as he approaches the podium.
I believe it's now afternoon. Okay, so good afternoon. Yeah, chair, high table, colleagues. I present to us the program for the year. Most often we are confronted with a situation where program attendance is not encouraging. Today, in person, though not encouraging, we have over 100 of our members online participating, and that is good. However, if we are aware that in-person participation will be small, then we don't go for a big room like we have here. Then we can go for a more a room that can accommodate the smaller number. So first, I want to congratulate all of us for making it. Now, the purpose is to inform us so that we can block days that we have various programs and make sure that and try as much as possible to participate. I always say that if duty cannot allow us to attend all, at least we should attend 85% of the programs. For the year 2026, our activities are going to be guided by the theme celebrating 25 years of excellence in administration and management consultancy practice. And that is what we've started witnessing. Celebrating 25 years, the question I ask is, what does it mean? What does excellence truly mean? Our team speaks of excellence, but I don't want to see excellence here in the context of a slogan. Neither do we want to see it as a certificate on the wall. And we don't want to also see it as an anniversary logo. Because excellence is consistent performance over time. So if we are choosing excellence, 25 years celebrating excellence, then we are talking about celebrating consistent performance over a period of time. It's also mean that in all our programs for 2026, we are going to be doing ordinary tasks extraordinary well. So if previous years we were not participating in program, this year we are going to do better. During the week, we met our service providers, all those who provided snack, venue, everything, we met them. And the discussion was simple. Now this year we are celebrating excellence. And we are demanding excellence from management, everybody. Now the services that are rendered come from private vendors, etc. So what it means is that everything they want to do this year, help us do, must also be excellent. So if management leadership is targeting excellence, our service providers are doing that, then it means members are also going to do same. No, so it means annual subscription. It will be better than previous. No, so it means MCP payment. It will be better than previous ones. No, so clap for yourselves now. Now, despite the celebration, there are a few challenges that are still hindering our ability to fully come out and say we are excellent. And some of the challenges involve problems that are confronted some of our members. Some of our members where, after going through all the learning system, the preparatory system, there are institutions that will prefer even to promote people with no professional certification than those who have the professional certification. So the question I ask myself is it a deliberate effort to frustrate professionalization of disciplines? Does it mean we still have people in authority who do not appreciate the significant role that professionals bring to the organization? Or could it be that there are some of us who are celebrating some benefits when we find ourselves, because we find ourselves under chaotic situations? So we have the tax, we are celebrating 25 years. But collectively, we have that responsibility to help our members who find themselves in institutions where, after putting in that much effort, the recognition is not given. And we also have the duty to educate those people who appear to be living in ignorance and are not giving due attention to a professional certification. We understand professionalism to mean status, methods, character, standards expected of a professional person. And CIMC, we have done that very well. We have contributed our share by developing personalities and instilling in us various virtues, which is helping our society to become what we want it to be. Our excellence is skewed towards professionalism with stronger links to practice in the real world. There are people who are still fighting about at our certificates, we cannot interpret it, we don't know the equivalent or what have it. But even if you cannot see the equivalent of the paper, you can see the output of the person holding the paper. No, so. So it means we still have some hurdles to clear to let people understand that it is not just about certificates, but it's about skill acquisition. I'll say that among others, for the 25 years, a number of lessons have come out. It is a fact, let's see one, it is a fact that professionalism is non-negotiable. Anybody who fights professionalism, you are on the losing side. Because the time is coming, the time has come. It's a fact. It is non-negotiable. 2, that ethics sustains reputation. Professionalism instills ethics into us, and it sustains reputation. And everybody cares about his or her reputation. 3 is continuous learning is survival. What worked yesterday may not work today. May not work today. So we have instilled that, and it's a lesson that society will learn from CIMC. Lesson 4 is that systems outlast individuals. CIMC believe in teamwork, appreciating all the units that make the entity, and not just individuals. So we believe that even collectively as varied professional institutions, we can impact bigger on organization in our country, Ghana, more than that selective approach that some institutions are trying to put in place. And then the last but not the least, collaborations multiplies impact. We have collaborated with a number of institutions, and we appreciate it very much. We've seen the fruit of it. We are going to do more in the coming year. These are the details of programs for 2026. Today we have the professional year opening, and I want to congratulate all of us who have been able to make it. Come Friday, 27 February, our partners for the Admin Professional Conference Planning will start meeting, emphasizing on the collaborative strategy of the Institute. Then part of our 25 years celebration from 9th to 13th of March, we are encouraging all branches to identify at least 1 or 2 tertiary or secondary institutions and have an outreach program. Visit them, tell them who we are, tell them who you are, tell them what has made you, what has made the difference, and why the lecturers, the teachers must be part of us, and why students must also aspire to become part of us. So we are setting 19th to 13th. And we had a meeting with branch executives 3 days today or so, all branch executives online and coordinators, for them to put a program in place and let us know. So 9th to 13th, we want all branches to do that. That's to increase our visibility. Then we start our mandatory continued professional education. It is our target that by June, latest July, the target is June, latest July, all centers would have finished their MCPs. So Sunyani will have it Thursday, 26 March. Then Kufrodia, also the same day. Ho will follow in April 21st. Cape Coast, Saturday, 25th April, in that order. And headquarters is ready to support. Last year we did well. All the centers across the country had their MCPs. Let's put it up for ourselves. And this year we want to do more by not only organizing it, but increasing participation and paying for participating. Do that bigger clap for me. Examiners, as usual, will have our seminar 28th and 29th. Then Accra will have its, Accra is big, so we have the first MCP. The ministries will have theirs on the 30th of April. Kumasi will follow in May, Tamale also in May. Then our partners will meet again. Then Accra will have a second MCP also in May. Then another grand occasion marking part of our anniversary. Last year, we identified a number of local tourist centers where we were supposed to have boot camps on 3 days, go full around small, and chill with each other. This year, we have a centralized center. We want to visit Asin Kushia. We want to visit there. We go on a report on the Friday, put all our laptops and things somewhere, and then chill over the weekend there. There are a number of facilities there. We just want to go and experience the, let me call it village life, and leave the Tvucc in the city. So from Friday 22nd to Sunday 24th of May 2026, we will be visiting Asinkushia as much as we can and go have fun there. So take note. Then Winneba will follow with their MCP, so also Bolga and Navrongo. Takrady in June, we have Takrady, Somanya, Wa, and then Dambai, that's OT. We'll be visiting OT this, that will be in July. Then ending of July, we'll be having the 8th Admin Professional Conference. Admin Professional Conference. The last year we had it in Tamale. So this one, we've not decided to go out yet. So it will maybe in Accra. Then August, we intend having our first consultancy conference for Africa. Some interest groups have expressed, have suggested that it should be a Pan-Africa conference. We intend joining the world body, and we want to join by organizing this conference in a conference of consultants in Africa. So various planning work have started. Let's all pray and prepare for that occasion. And on that occasion, let me just put it that there will be stands on one of the occasions. So those of us, our management challenge, especially our training manuals and others which we've done at groups, it will be an occasion for us to market it. So groups should start polishing their project documents for marketing. Then we have another grand one, which is the international tour. We intend visiting South Africa and then the UAE, Johannesburg and Dubai. And that is 13th to 22nd. We identified 4 centers last year. And after members showed interest, the lot fell on Johannesburg, Dubai. So this time it is no more expression of interest. It is responding with your technical proposal, which means the technical proposal here is kudi. We've gone beyond the expression of interest. So now it is presentation of our technical proposal and financial proposal. So we've started. We are going to start, we'll send message to you to start collecting money. Then we have the license validation, and we start preparing for the end of our 25th celebration, at least for this year. So this year, the last week of October, where we'll have the grand activities, the idea is that we'll encourage all of us to move and fill Accra by the Wednesday. Thursday, we'll have our national MCP and then AGM. Then Friday, we'll have our float through town, announcing our presence that despite the difficulties, we have made it. Then the evening of the float, we'll have a dinner dance, where you shake your body small. Then on the 31st, we'll have the grand deba, then graduation, and then the official opening of our new office building, which you have built. November, December, we'll have our revalidation. Revalidation will be twice. So the first in September, for those who will not get time, they'll join the second one in November. Then come December, we'll encourage, as usual, we'll have the branch level get together, and then the office always close midway of December. We have started in-house training, organizing training for institutions. So we want to encourage you, one, to avail your areas of you based on your areas of expertise. Now, if you want to organize anything on copyright, for example, we have our big boss. So let's see, avail your areas of expertise, and also help us into your institutions so that we can organize training at various levels for them. We have started the Ciamc Consultancy unit. That's what you have here, the Ciamc Consulting Limited. We started, and you are free, even if you don't have a consulting firm and you have a consultancy, you can use our profile. You can use our profile to get business. You only give us our share, no be so. For that one, it's a must now. All right. So the details of the program, which I want to repeat for us to take note. This February, we are doing all the planning, putting things in place to make sure that our anniversary celebration works well. We are looking for sponsorship. We need money. I'll show the building and see where we've reached. And we have decided you and I that will celebrate the final Deba will be at the office, the new office site. So I'm going to show you what is there. If you are happy with it and you want us to celebrate it in that mood, you will clap for me. If you are not happy, then you clap for yourself. So we need sponsorship. We need sponsorship. For the international boot camp, it is 13th to 22nd. Now, we've spoken, it's fixed. We are working to bring down the monetary side, but that will also be influenced by our numbers. Are you with me? So, once you want to go, we'll start taking some money, $10,000, $5,000, or $500 or something. Then as we get the numbers, then we can bargain and get the number reduced. We want to get our hotels and everything ready, irrespective of what, any fluctuation, we know that we are finished. These are some of the benefits, the package. Return air ticket is covered, 3 nights in Johannesburg, daily half-board meals in both cities when we are moving around. Even after one meal, cry, you are okay. You don't want the second one, cry. Then visit to Johannesburg and Soweto City Tour, Sun City Tour with lunch, Valley of the Waves Water Park. Then we'll have 5 nights at Dubai Hotel, Dubai City Tour, go down their aquarium and underwater zoo, the desert safari, a lot. By the time we come back, if you see that the number of errors in your memos and notes will reduce like that, Ciamc, because you have been refreshed. Good. But for us to celebrate all, as we are going there to celebrate the beautiful things there, we also want people to come and celebrate our office. No, so a number of institutions have written to us wanting to come and have a excursion at the Ciamc office. So let me show you the Ciamc office and how it is ready for excursion. So this is our new building. It is ready for painting. Are you with me? I said I won't show inside, and then you won't bring big money. It is ready for painting. We had even started horticulture work, but because we've not completed fencing, the cattle and then the friends, they came to feast on it. So we've suspended that. Whilst this is ready, we have electricity, water is flowing. If you visit us now and you say the old office, the WC there is not big for you, we can take you here and then you go and do your something. All right. So when we paint, finally, when we paint, this is the minimum beauty. The minimum beauty that it will have. So you can proudly say you belong to what? A professional institution. No, so? Good. Now, we are working on the fence wall. As of today, we have finished part of the frontage. We'll finish the back. And we are starting work also at the other side. So once we finish that, then we know that the place is secured. We can start work on other things. Now, when we finish, this is the picture. When you are directing your friends, this is the entrance, and this is the way inside. When you stand on the seat, on the street, and you are passing by. This is what you should see. We want to change the narrative when are being directed towards that area. They say, oh, we are close to Valley View. We want Valley View to start saying we are close to what? Ciamc. So there is some beautiful something there. Are you with me? So this is how the entrance, the whole thing should look like when all is done. So this is a clear direction of the entrance. This is just a view so that you can have a look at the just around the building. Around the building. So immediately we finish fence wall, give us 3 weeks. And when you come, you should be seeing something like this. So you can now clap for. Okay. So this is what we have. And we have a lot of space. As for space, it's no problem at all. This one is seated on, I'll say, about 1/6 of the plot. So we need investors, we need partners. We want to put up the Africa Consultancy Research Unit there. And when we come for programs, you don't have to go and sleep at Micklin and wherever again. We all need to come to our village. Okay, good. So this is the inner part. And also we are celebrating, we'll soon be bringing out our anniversary cloths so that it will soon be ready. We have this. We also have this one. So we are bringing 3 different ones out. At least you pick 1 or 2 or all 3. So 1 for this, 1 for that, and 1 for the Deba. No be so. Yes. So this is how far we've come, and this is the target for 2026. Together, we can make it a success. So I want to thank you all for paying attention. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mausi Asafo. At this juncture, we would be inviting our chairperson for today to give us her closing remarks. A round of applause for her.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. The Methodists will say, now thank we, O our God, with hearts and hands and voices. This is how far he's brought us, and we are grateful. We are thankful to everybody who made it here, and all those online also. We are grateful. I think we've had a successful event today, and I am glad. Unfortunately, our presenter has stepped out. I would want to believe that he is in the fasting mood and so needs to pray. I'm listening to him. I don't know about you, but I realize that there's a lot of copyright infringement going on in this country, particularly in our educational institutions. Not just among students, but also among faculty. Because those days when I started teaching, there was nothing like soft copies of books. So you had to go and buy the hard copy. Even that, we were photocopying and duplicating and all that. Now it's worse because you have the soft copy. A whole book is soft copy. So one person buys and the other person copies, that person copies. The students who are teaching will say, please, Prof, can we get some resource from you? You pass it on. And we are copying, and it's copyright protect, and yet we don't even see it. And so maybe we have to take a second look at that and know that now that I have heard him, there's a lot of things that we are doing wrong in our institutions. My only problem, which I wanted him to address, was this idea of placing taxes on machines like photocopiers and things and pen drives. It is not always that we use pen drives to copy other people's material. I use it for my own material. if I have to do a presentation, usually I have a hard copy. I want one on my pen drive, one through my email, so that if I lose one, I can still do the presentation. So why am I paying a tax on that when it's my own material? So maybe they have to take a second look and streamline things. And I like the jollof bit, because Nigerians are always doing their tunu. They think they have better jollof. Meanwhile, jollof is not even from us. It's from Senegal. And yet, we are sitting here fighting over jollof. So, we will see who will register it as a franchise. But thank you very much. And I believe that we'll begin to think about copyright issues so that as professionals, we don't need a third person to tell us where we've gone wrong. We should be able to assess ourselves and then correct ourselves and be sure that we are doing the right thing ethically and as is expected of people who keep standards. So on this note, I say thank you very much, and I wish everybody a safe journey back home. Those from outside, may the Lord take you home safely. Those online, may we begin thinking about what we've heard today. And we say a big thank you to our speaker, even though he's not here right now. I'm sure somebody will come and give the vote of thanks. But we are grateful that our members are availing themselves for us to use on such occasions. It is heartwarming. So thank you very much, everybody, for coming. Thank you.
Let's do it better for our chairperson, Professor Margaret Ivy Jan. All too soon, we've come to the end of today's program. Officially, the 2026 professional year has been opened. At this juncture, we would invite Mr. Ebenezer Agri to say a prayer for us to close today's session. Right after the prayer, there will be a group photograph, which the official photographer will decide where we will be having it, whether here or outside. Then afterwards, there would be a refreshment before we leave. Thank you so much. My name is Najak Bliago. I have been your MC for today. Thank you. Mr. Agri.
Well, colleagues, can we be on our feet for this? Our gracious and Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for the past 25 years of excellent service to Mother Ghana. We want to thank you for our members and the Institute as well. Our Father, we also want to come before thee, acknowledging our failures and asking that in this year you spare us on to greater works. We are also minded by the fact that without you we are nothing. So we commit all our plans that has been explained to us into your care, that you prosper the Institute and grant us strength. We are counting on you, O God, to lead us. So for the next 25 years, we'll see more dedicated service from our members. Institute will prosper, and many more will come into our fold, so that, oh God, we will serve Mother Ghana to your glory. Father, we ask for traveling mercies for our friends who will travel far and near. For a successful session that we've had, continue to bless us and to lead us. This we ask through Christ our Lord and for his sake. Amen.
Right, so we'll be going out here to have the group photograph. Those online too, kindly turn on your cameras for a group photograph to be taken. Those online, kindly turn on your cameras for a group photograph to be taken. Unfortunately, you wouldn't be able to join us for the refreshment, but don't worry, we'll pass it on to the internet for you. So please, we'll go through this particular exit to take the group photograph. Please, let's go outside for the